morning, guys. Welcome back. 3 days of work and I'm back at it. So the what's on tap is getting this fascia board, which is right down here on the front of my porch all the way around. So the theme this week or the next couple of days is to get ready for siding. We're going to start siding on Saturday. Sam, my guy from work, is going to come back over and help us side. So we're going to start on this east end of the house siding. So we'll try to side that on Saturday. And that's why I did put those blocks up in that triangle up above the porch there at the top, because that siding is going to extend over there. So the first order of business is take all these braces down from the 4x4 posts, and then we're going to put fascia, and it'll cover up this 2x10 that we have along here, and just dress it up. It's the same as the decking that's on the porch, so we're just going to start dressing that up. We're also going to put those braces on all the 4x4 posts. We'll probably see if we can get to that today, and then start making our lines. We got to find our studs on this side of the house along that side and make lines for the siding. Also the band board that goes around the bottom of the house to cover up the flashing that's on there. We got to make that line, make sure that's nice and level. So a lot of little things to get ready for Saturday, and today's Thursday, so it gives us a couple days. So yep, we're gonna get after it. So far this fascia is coming out pretty good. So what I do is, to make sure it's even with the porch here, is just put your speed square there and just make this board come up and meet that speed square, and then I made all my screw holes are 2.5 inch and 9 inch all the way, so everything looks uniform. And then what I've seen is people butt edge this, but I just wanted to try a 45, and they do want you to keep a little bit of a gap. So it's not like trimming your house where you want that to meet and just be almost, this is a deck, it's gonna get a lot of weather, it's gonna expand and contract. So they suggest you leave it a little crack. So I thought that came out pretty good. And as you can see up on the deck, it just finishes off that deck really nice. Trex also gives you this attachment, or this company actually, let's see what, fascia system. So I don't know if that's part of Trex, but it comes with this bit right here, and it just countersinks that perfectly. You see your screws they don't get buried. That one is actually the first screw, and I don't like the way that came out, but since then I've been just putting them right there on the face. They got matching screws that have similar color, and it just countersinks that perfect. Like from this distance you can't even see those two screws right there, but as I come up on them and just keep everything uniform, and it comes out pretty good. Right, Lefty? Guys, first of the siding's going up, In fact, what I'm working on today is the corner pieces, and we're doing, like I said, the other side here, and that is the east side. So I'm putting up the corner down at the south end, and then I'll do this north end. This one requires cuts on both sides. This one just going under the soffit here. That front part, the soffit is lower, and then when it gets to the north side, or the east side, there is no soffit there, so it goes up its full length to the pitch of the roof. So had to make some cuts, keep coming back here and cutting a little bit more off, but so far so good. So I'm going to put this up right now. So our friends went to California for a wedding, and they asked us to feed their horses, so that's what we're doing. Not too bad. Alright, let's put it back in the barn. Today is the first official day of siding, I think I'll call it. Yesterday I did a bunch of prepping. As I told you, I did get the corner up right there and the far corner up, and then I got our stripe, or I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, it's a 5/4 trim board to start us off, and then the sheets will go vertical, like up this way, 4x10 sheets up after that. Same color as that gray. So we think it looks good with the black, and then it goes along with our barn too. So chilly day though, and big time Canadian. We had a cold front move in yesterday, and it got windy and it blew in this. You can't even see the mountains back there. Usually you got a nice view back behind me, but it is hazy as heck, and you smell smoke in the air and stuff. So the Canadian forest fires, they say, that are blowing this way, so hopefully it won't last too long and it'll blow out of here. But yeah, I'm gonna get it together. My buddy's coming from work to help, and so I don't know how much filming I'll do, but I'll definitely give you updates. But now you see kind of the color scheme that we're doing. And then up on the gable tops, we're gonna go vertical shiplap siding, and it'll be just a slightly different shade of gray. So all right, I'm gonna get it all together and we're gonna start. All right, morning guys. Big day yesterday. We added that siding. Finally a color on the house. So I'm gonna reveal that right now for you guys. See what you initially think. There it is. We did that whole side. Up top is gonna get that vertical, like a shiplap type siding up there. So we didn't do that. We just stuck with the 4x10 sheet and got ourselves around the corner to the front here and that whole side. And then our trim piece, that blackboard going along, roof to roof. And that finally gave me a measurement of how close I was building that porch roof. And I was within 3/4 of an inch. So there was just 3/4 of an inch difference between the top of that roof and the top of that roof. So that's pretty good estimating on my part, and taking measurements inside the pantry where we still had the walls off, and I could get up there and do measurements and then take them out here and transfer them to this to build this porch. So pretty good about that. So feel pretty good. That triangle still has to go in, but that's a complicated, there's a bunch of little cuts to get around the first rafter and all that kind of stuff. So I may pick a day and just do that, work on that. I feel comfortable with how much we did yesterday that I could do this front too, so I'll work on that. I'm probably not going to get to it today. Today's more of a, I want to clean up. We got storms rolled in right at the end yesterday and we had to throw everything in the house, so I'm going to organize the house, and I'm actually going to finish that heater. Shannon's finished with painting the bathroom, so I think what I'll do is hook that heater up so we got heat in the back of the house. Then the only heat we have to worry about is this big great room area, and those are on order. We don't even have them yet. I got a friend from work that is going to come over and tell me how to, heaters got to be wired in parallel, not in a series. Series is how you would do electrical outlets or light switches and that sort of thing. But because heaters draw so much more power, that you have to wire them directly back to your service panel, each one, and then you can go off to one thermostat. So he's going to come over and give me a kind of a, he's an electrical engineer by trade, but he works at the warehouse or at the hardware store with me, Brent. He's going to come over and kind of walk me through it and just see how my wiring is, and we'll figure it out. But that'll be in a couple weeks. So anyways, I'm going to get to cleaning up, but just wanted to show you that. We think it came out great, and we're pretty happy about continuing the siding. See that flat bar? I can get it under the sheet and just step on it and it'll raise it up because I want it tight up to the ceiling up here. I'd rather have it tight up to that board for the ceiling and then have it sitting in like maybe water or something if it rains or something down at the bottom. So just lining it up right now. So there's the piece around the door. Got to put a few more nails in, but I just wanted to show you that I just had to line up and cut out for the outdoor light and for the outlet. And those wires are pulled through. Then I can put everything back together, just like I did with the dryer vent down there and the bathroom fan we did the other day. So just as you come to things, you got to remember to take those off, cut those in. So 2 more pieces and we'll be done with this whole side here. So I really like how it's lining up. And we did this after work last night. Those 2 sides were in on Saturday, and then my friend from work came over after work and we threw these in pretty quick before it got dark. So I'm just getting out here today. All right, guys, the lower front is done and that one side is done. So half the lower side of the house is done now. So not bad for a couple of days work. So the top won't, I don't think it'll take that long. So I'm hoping not. Morning, guys. I think what I'm gonna do is call the video here. We are making some good progress. I'm gonna put the rest of that bottom board all the way around the house today, at least start on that. and see how far I get with that. Uh, my friend from work is supposed to come over tomorrow, and we're going to work on siding all day. So I want to get a couple of things prepared for that, and so we keep rolling. Uh, I like how it's turning out. We just went on a walk, Shannon and I, and you could see the house from down below, or up above, I should say, and it looks really good. It matches the barn, and we like how it's turning out so far. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.